If you're on a manifestation journey or self-concept work, whatever the fuck you're doing, law of attraction, law of assumption, trying to adopt a new identity, trying to change your reality, change your perception, change how you live, change how you see the world, how you relate to the world, how you react to things, well, respond, not react. Reaction comes from ego, from the programming. And lock in. I will tell you something I wish I knew, but nobody told me. Only through trial and error I had to realize this. You got to become very, very comfortable with being uncomfortable. And this requires a high degree of presence in your body, feeling your emotions. Because your emotions are constantly telling you what's going on inside of you. But if you're only listening to your mind without attending to your emotions, then you're going to be repeating cycles. You're going to be repeating patterns of behaviors that you are trying to let go. Number two, you got to be very patient with yourself and not expect the changes to happen overnight. By this, you're placing a lot of unnecessary burden onto yourself. I'm not gonna lie, changes don't happen overnight, especially if your old programming has been pretty shitty in love, relationships, career, just like confidence is lacking because of all the bad experiences that you've gone through in the past. And now you may be pissed at yourself after awakening for going through what you've gone through and wanting to change overnight. This is not a good thing to do because you'll get pissed at yourself at a slightest failure. This leads me to point number three, which is be compassionate towards yourself. It's very important because some days you will not feel as good or operate from your new self-concept. Or if you're not compassionate, do not expect other people to reciprocate what you're feeling. Because when you are compassionate, when you take your feeling states seriously and take a step back when necessary instead of pushing towards changing, especially if your body is saying no, I don't feel it today. And that's why astrological transits help us to identify what's going on in the sky, where what energies are affecting us pretty much. And when you're not compassionate, you'll start getting pissed at yourself, feeling not enough, feeling like you've done something wrong. When you're compassionate and when you understand that today I'm not feeling like doing this work, what you should do, take a step back. Immerse yourself in your routine. Immerse yourself in self-love. I wish I knew that 4 years ago. Because some days I would not able to act from that new identity that I created in my mind, in my imagination. And I would get really, really angry with myself because of lack of patience, lack of compassion towards myself, and lack of presence because my mind was too much in the future. Being in the future, yet having a foot in your reality is how you manifest. But if you're too taken over by the future and your imagination that you're creating in your mind and completely rejecting your reality, at a slightest failure, you will really get mad at yourself for your current reality. The slightest thing, you will get really pissed at yourself for not having the reality that you're imagining, as you will see what's currently going on and take it more seriously. When you don't have patience, when you don't have compassion towards yourself, when you're not present in your body. I'm telling you to do this. Be present. Have one foot in your reality and mentally be in your imagination. Realize that it's coming, but you still have to deal with these things. You can't just completely write off and cancel out what's been going on. Being circumstances that you've created in the past, you're still dealing with them. You can't just switch right away. And plus, we have South Node and North Node, which is the South Node is your past karma. Okay, what you've been creating up to this point, you have to deal with it. You can't just shift. You gotta know though and expect the shift to happen as soon as you get rid of this stuff. If you are in debt, if you get factors, situations that require your attention, yet you're living in your imagination, completely ignoring your reality that actually requires your attention, you'll go homeless. You'll get in trouble. We're essentially, programming ourselves in a way where are not completely thrown off by what's going on right now. We change how we see things, even the problems, okay? Because things are neutral. Our emotions and thoughts, reactions to circumstances is what makes us either draw positive conclusions or negative conclusions. And I tell you, be neutral towards your current reality. However, create a feeling state of high frequency about your imagined reality. If you imagine, you get very inspired. Your mood changes when you are imagining the reality that you want, what you want to manifest. But if you're not neutral towards your current reality, upon opening your eyes from the meditation or imagination visualization techniques, seeing what you're dealing with right now will throw you off emotionally, mentally, physically. Having one foot here and mentally knowing where you're going. Being patient with yourself when you can't do it, taking a break, immersing yourself in self-love practices, and you'll have to identify things that you love to do that help you relax and feel confident. Confidence comes from attending to your emotions. I'm telling you guys, I'm a Leo. I know what confidence is. I can't operate without confidence. I don't like showing my vulnerabilities to the world, but you guys. In my reality, the people I dealt with, circumstances, situations, relationships, I would hide. I would really hide until I get myself together. But you don't have to do that if you attend to your emotions, because it will be natural for you to show up however you want, because you accept you. Understand that acceptance of yourself comes first and foremost. If you don't accept yourself in, when you're beautiful, when you feel good, look good, have money, don't have money, don't expect other people to be compassionate or accepting of you. This is what I had to learn. Also want to remind you guys that I have this ebook for free. You should download it, because I talk about all the things, the practices that you need to immerse yourself in order to elevate your self-love and expedite the process of, building a new identity. Another thing, when you actually adopt that new identity and manifest in your reality, trust me, triggers will still be coming out. It's just your relation, how you perceive and how you relate to those triggers has to change, okay? And we're forming a habit of doing it because we're not accustomed to perceiving things differently from the past unless we are conscious of how we perceive things. Because the thoughts and feelings about the circumstances and situations create your feeling states, energetic frequency, which determines your next actions. And mind you, actions lead to reactions from the world. So the world will not be very responsive if you react from the old state, I'm telling you. Instead, just take a step back, relax, get a wine, have a bubble bath, whatever the fuck you want to do. And look in the mirror and love yourself. There's nobody like you. I love you. Follow for more.